Imagine a world, vibrant and ancient, now choked by the shadow of occupation. Its people, the graceful and resilient Twi'leks, found themselves enduring unimaginable hardship. This was Ryloth, a planet caught in the relentless grip of the Clone Wars, and at the heart of its suffering, an architect of terror, Count Dooku. The Separatist occupation of Ryloth was not merely a military endeavor. It was a brutal campaign designed to exploit and subjugate. Resources were plundered, the population oppressed, and the very spirit of the Twi'lek people was tested to its limits. For Dooku, this was more than just another strategic conquest. It was a staging ground for a grim demonstration of power. From afar, perhaps observing through hollow projections, Dooku's calm, aristocratic demeanor remained undisturbed, even as the suffering on Ryloth escalated. His sophisticated exterior, however, belied a chillingly pragmatic mind, one that saw sentient beings as mere variables in a vast galactic equation of control and fear. The Republic naturally could not stand idly by. A campaign was launched, costly and arduous, to free Ryloth from Separatist control. Jedi Masters and clone troopers fought valiantly, pushing back the invaders with hard-won victories. As the tide slowly turned, a beacon of hope emerged. The capital city of Lesu, a hub of Twi'lek culture and life, was finally liberated. Imagine the relief, the cautious joy, the first breaths of freedom after such prolonged oppression. It was a pivotal moment, a symbol of the Republic's commitment and the Twi'leks' enduring spirit. But it was in this very moment of nascent victory that Count Dooku issued an order that would forever scar the planet and reveal the true depth of his calculated cruelty. As Lesu was being secured, as the sounds of battle receded and the Republic prepared to establish a new order, Dooku commanded his tactical droid to utterly destroy the capital city. This wasn't a desperate, last-ditch act of scorched earth to deny resources to an advancing enemy. No, Lesu was already liberated. Dooku's command was far more insidious, far more cold-blooded. His reasoning, as conveyed through the narrative, was chillingly pragmatic. The charred ruins of Lesu would serve as a powerful, undeniable symbol to the entire galaxy of the true horrific cost of a Republic victory. Consider for a moment the sheer, unfeeling pragmatism of that decision. To Dooku, the lives of countless innocents, the cultural heritage embodied in a capital city, were mere pawns in a grander game of psychological warfare. His intention was not just to defeat an enemy on the battlefield, but to moralize, to terrorize, to communicate a message so stark, so brutal, that it would echo across every star system contemplating allying with the Republic. The message was clear. Even when the Republic wins, the price is unimaginable, the suffering profound. Look upon Lesu, Dooku seemed to say, and despair. This is your freedom. This act, carried out not in the heat of battle, but in a moment of cynical calculation, truly showcases the ruthlessness that simmered beneath Dooku's calm, sophisticated exterior. He was a master of manipulation, not just of people, but of perceptions. He understood that terror, strategically deployed, could be a more potent weapon than any Star Destroyer. The destruction of Lesu was an act of psychological warfare writ large, a deliberate display of his willingness to inflict immense, unnecessary suffering simply to make a political point. It was a cold, efficient blow, designed to sow fear and doubt into the hearts of potential allies of the Republic. For Dooku, war was never simply about military might. It was a devastatingly effective tool of communication, and his message, etched in the charred remains of Lesu, was one of pure, unadulterated terror. This wasn't the passionate fury of a Sith Lord consumed by hate, but the detached, surgical precision of a strategist who saw emotional impact as just another quantifiable metric in his grand design. It's a stark reminder that true villainy often resides not in theatrical displays of malice, but in the cold, calculated detachment from human suffering. The calm exterior was not merely a facade. It was a manifestation of a mind so disconnected from empathy that it could order such an atrocity without a flicker of hesitation. This moment on Ryloth, with Lesu burning not as a casualty of battle, but as a deliberate post-liberation act of terror, profoundly defines Count Dooku. It strips away the veneer of the sophisticated nobleman, the elegant duelist, and reveals the ruthless strategist willing to sacrifice anything, inflict any suffering to achieve his political aims. It shows us that for some, the greatest victory is not won on the battlefield, but in the minds of those who witness the aftermath. As we reflect on such moments, they challenge us to look beyond the surface of villainy and understand the twisted logic that often drives it. What are your thoughts on Dooku's chilling strategy, or other instances in fiction where terror is wielded so deliberately as a political weapon? Share your perspectives in the comments below. And if you found this exploration thought-provoking, please consider subscribing for more journeys into the deeper currents of the Star Wars universe and beyond.